Season 6, Episode 6. Amy is talking to the camera, I guess her GoPro. She is stating that, the physical connection is 11 out of 10. Day one went great. And he's like, I'm tired. Jimmy, she's eating her fruits. He's like, last night was great. There was a lot of cuddling. And she's in the background giggling. And what did he say? Cuddling and something else. I forgot. But hey, they're still together. AD and Clay, they didn't really say much, but they both have their glasses on, I guess. I didn't know that they wore glasses, but they do. And he's kissing on her. So Laura and Jeremy, they sober up. It's in the morning. And she's saying that how the snoring wasn't so bad. And they're giving each other kisses. And I'm like, did they brush their teeth? Because, they're still laying in bed. But hey, that's a part of being married. You're going to have to smell my breath in the mornings. And Brittany and Kenneth, they really didn't say much. He's hiding his face, only showing his eyes under the covers. I don't know what he was saying. He sounded muffled. And she's just smiling, saying it was great. That's all we got. Me and Johnny, they're in the pool. They're just making fun of each other's toenails, I guess. And she's just saying, like, we're both so awkward, but we compliment each other. Brittany and Kenneth, they got their couple massage, and he asked her how she's feeling. She's like, great, let's make sure we get weekly massages. And he's like, oh yeah, it's in the budget. That's cute. Laura and Jeremy, they're doing archery. Jeremy is not that great at it. It's Laura's turn. She asked him to fix her hip. So he positioned her and she hit it. A cute little conversation. And he's telling her he'll help her dad fix his bike or his car, something. And she was like, that's what I was looking for. I was like, who's going to help me? Who's going to help my dad fix his car? And who's going to help my dad fix his fence? And he was like, yeah, you heard I was in construction. So, you nailed it. Dee and Clay, they're having a cute, sexy drink. Okay. They're having a drink, and, she's telling him that she doesn't do pointless calories, with the sugar. And that's why she works out all the time. And he's saying, he feels like she would still have a great body if she didn't work out. That's a cute little compliment. Her, if pretty much like he will encourage her to go in the gym, he'll tell her, "80, get your butt," but he said the A word in the MF and gym. And she's like, that's not nice. I'm about, eventually we're going to have kids and whatever. And so I assume that her staying fit is going to be, which is, being healthy and fit is good. But I think that's going to be a requirement of his. And that the delivery was not nice and you pretty much need to change that. Yeah, remember the parts when he got upset when he learned that she was speaking to someone else? Okay. We're still on AD and Clay, and they're talking about therapy. She's saying that she's going to get him in therapy. He's pretty much telling her that he's down for it. And then she starts getting emotional about her therapy journey and, how it had to go way back. She's telling him that how she felt as if she never deserved love because she's never had it. I don't know if I would have disclosed that to a person, even though I know that's my fiance, but I personally would not have disclosed that right away. Honestly, I probably would not have disclosed that at all. Some people can, some people, and I'm not saying this is with Clay, but some people really do play on your insecurity and that one thing that you desire the most. Once they find out that that is what you want or that is what you desire or need, they purposely don't give it to you. I'm not projecting this on AD or Clay or anyone, but personally, I would not have disclosed that. Chelsea and Jimmy, and they're walking on a beach. Sorry. She's in a two-piece. They're holding hands, kissing. I love you. I love you. She's saying how she was not really comfortable being in having him seeing her in a bikini. He didn't know how she didn't know how he would feel. And then they go to their cabana or whatever it's called, and they're laying there talking. And then she's asking him, "What is your type?" Um, I don't know if I would ask that. I guess it's a part of getting to know someone, but because of her insecurities, like I think I'm assuming that she has body insecurities. Um, Listen, you got the man. Work on building or solidifying that bond, the relationship. Not like I don't want to hear about your past or anything like that, but not right now. And especially not no type. I've never asked anyone what's your type, because your type doesn't matter. You're with me now. I'm your type right now. The beach talking about, like how would your mama feel? How would your friend feel? And what would they think? That's pretty much it. He really reassured her. He kind of reassured me that, he's, in the right place with her. But in the back of my head, I'm thinking that you're still wondering what Jessica looks like. So we'll see when Jessica, you see, and this is why we'll see when Jessica comes into play. But this is why it's important to just build that connection. Don't worry about what your type looks like. Your type is whoever you're with right now. It doesn't matter um, about the who you dated in the past. It matters right now and going forward with me. That water looks so beautiful and so blue. I've never been to the DR, um, but that water looks very beautiful. Okay, now the couples are uniting and seeing what each other look like. This is exciting. Amy and Johnny are sexy. Of the couples look nice. They look good. They complement each other. They they look good. She's like, "Oh, Jimmy, he is not what I expected. There's something about the voice and the appearance that just don't match." Ken, I love you. They're his wife. The ladies are together, and there's like his wife does not have a seat, so he comes over to her and asking her if she's okay, and then he goes and gets a cheer for her, and all the ladies are like, "Oh my freaking goodness, he is so attentive." I just love I love a man that makes sure that his lady is just taken care of in the simplest ways, and vice versa for the ladies and the fellas. But I'm just going off of what I see so far. The ladies are all gushing over how safe they all feel with Kenneth, and they just met him. So they are, I know they're probably like, ah, damn. And that was a good one. He turns to Laura and asks about her relationship. And then Amy is like, I'm going to go check on Johnny. I'll be back. So she gets up and walks away. He asks Laura, well, Laura made a statement about not doing the coitus and stuff. And she mentioned something like, oh, he has big hands and big feet. And Adie's like, did you see it? Laura starts giggling like, B, I have employees that are going to be watching this. Um, Adie's like, so nobody had the coitus? And then Chelsea's like, I did feel on his she used the W word, the wiener. And I'm like, you don't describe the man's part as a wiener. No, don't do that. Or she's telling people that her man's member is huge. You don't disclose that information. You don't give other women a visual, or you don't do that. No, because you wouldn't want him to, describe your body parts to his guys. Okay, Mr. Jimmy's telling the fellas that he feels like his relationship is smoother than everyone else's. I don't know about that. In my opinion, from observation, it takes like it. I think that they're maybe he's getting used to it or warmed up to her, but for him to make such a bold statement, I was like, okay, you're sure of yourself. Speaking about how pretty much how AD balances him, and um, Jimmy's like, no, John, yeah, Jimmy, sorry. He's like, she does look good. Like, let me not swear. You're giving this man's woman a compliment, but you telling your woman you had big white teeth? Okay. Let's go back over to their men and, you know, not rekindling, whatever, kissing, whatever. And then they're over by Brittany and Kenneth, and she's just telling him, expressing gratitude to him. And it's beautiful to express gratitude to your person. And I like that because sometimes we need that to fill us up. So I like that she is not afraid to say, babe, I'm so grateful for you, for who you are. So I really appreciate that. I thought that was very loving. Oh my God. So we're back on Chelsea and Jimmy. She goes over there, baby, whatever, kissing on him. He's like, what did you say about me? And she's like, good stuff or whatever. I love you. And she says something to the extent that he doesn't say it. She only heard him say it maybe once or twice and stuff. He's like, I do. I love you. Do you want me to Tom Cruise it, yell it out or whatever? And they chuckled about it. This dude said that woman over there is stacked. Her eyes like bulged out of her head. Her mouth dropped. She's like, what woman? This man is admiring somebody else's woman. And anyways, he says AD. He is enamored with AD. Oh my God. Clay, come get your girl. Come get your girl, Clay. That AD is Chelsea's friend, because when they were getting ready to meet, he was excited to meet AD because I guess the things that Chelsea was telling him about it. Anyways, so she didn't take offense to it because that's her girl, but shoot, I would. Not to the fact, not in any jealousy way, but dude, we are still getting to know each other. You should not be admiring this lady's ass. So Chelsea asked, how do you get a butt like that? She's like, squats and Jesus. So I'm about to go do my squats and pray. Jimmy goes over there and I guess he says something complimentary to AD. And you can tell his girl is just uncomfortable. I don't know if it's because he's sipping on or whatever, but like I said, I wasn't really feeling as if he was impressed with his choice. And I'm not going to knock anyone's body because Chelsea looks good. She's beautiful, and she is all of the other ladies are petite, but she's not a big lady. She is taller. She's a little bit thicker, but she is beautiful. Her body is nice. Like she is gorgeous. She's beautiful, but you can tell like she has some insecurities, and I kind of feel bad. Chelsea is so uncomfortable. She's at the bar right behind her fiance, speaking to her, let's just say her best friend from the show, right? Or from the pods, and pretty much gawking over her. So Amy comes over and she's like, she feels so sick. And oh my God, I don't want her to feel bad or insecure. Because to be honest with you, your securities should come from you, come from within, not from a man. Yes, we want the person that we're with to, to be, to tell us how beautiful we look, to give us compliments and just make us feel safe, secure, and beautiful. And I feel like she knows he's not 100% there, but she's still holding on to hope. This is just my observation. I'm not judging this lady. I'm not knocking her. I'm not judging her. And I'm not knocking him or judging him either, because I know I couldn't do it, but this is just such a weird experience, because you did not meet in the flesh, in the physical first, because that's what really attracts us to each other, you know, um, out in the real world. Low key, I felt like they were flirting with each other. Uh, Jimmy and AD. Well, whatever. Um, he asked her about Clay, and she was like, he's a lot in real life. And then he's talking about, I'm wearing gym shorts, and she's like, I noticed. But you look good, and he's like, yeah, I'm not trying to impress you. To me, that's kind of low key flirting, especially with your woman right behind you, probably hearing everything you're saying. So, Chelsea tells Amy that she feels like she's gonna puke, so they walk over and sat down, and Chelsea's telling her how uncomfortable she felt when he pretty much complimented AD, and you know, so to make it less awkward, she kind of blurted out like, "How you get a butt like that?" or whatever. But um, Amy's telling her like, "Yeah, I can imagine." You don't do that to the woman, your fiance, in front of another woman. I appreciate her um, sharing how she really feels with someone. But again, the securities come from within. And she needs the reassurance and all that. And oh God, I don't know. I feel bad for her. I don't even know what I'm saying, honestly. But I feel bad that she feels awkward, and she's not trying to feel awkward, because this is the moment where, like, we finally get to spend time with each other. Yeah, they spend the first night with each other, but come on, you should be all over me. You should be all, well, not even all over me, because I don't even know. That would be kind of fake to me. But just reassure her. Tell her she's beautiful. Tell her that dress looks nice on her. That color compliments her. Just give her that. And then, I feel like if he did fill her up, she would not feel the way she is feeling, especially with him complimenting her friend AD. But if she's feeling this way about her friend, about her fiance complimenting her friend, that's not a good that's not a good start in their relationship. Telling Amy that she's not trying to feel insecure, but you know, eh, then she's like, "Look, look, look." He's still over there talking to AD. Excuse me, and AD's there shaking her little butt. AD is cute. She has a cute body. You can tell she's a fun girl, anyways. But Amy, agrees with her and like, yeah, he should be telling you you're the most beautiful girl in the world. I get it, but I hope this is not going to be how their relationship um, goes. Finally, they stop talking, and yeah, he's saying, I forgot what the hell he said about Clay, but the camera pointing over to Clay, and Clay putting up his glass like, yeah, I know Clay has his eyes on his woman, so you better be careful, Mr. Jimmy. But now Laura, she's over there with Amy and Chelsea, and they're looking back like he is still over there with that lady. But Meanwhile, Jimmy's telling AD that their relationship is great. And what I wonder if AD, I wonder how long they were really talking for, and if AD did not see um, Chelsea walk away or anything like that. But then again, they should be able to have conversations, because they were connecting with different people, getting familiar with different people in the pods. I personally like to talk to people and meet different people. So there's nothing wrong with it, but I do get that, he's complimenting AD more than he had his fiance. I do get that that's not right. And, I wouldn't be too pleased by it either. Have mercy. I think Jimmy is just a little socially awkward. He goes over to his fiance, and like I said, not Chelsea, Amy and Laura is sitting there. Chelsea's in the middle. He comes over, can I hang? And Laura's like, sure, sit down. He sat down next to her. Why, this man said, you were my first date. Of course his fiance can hear him. I'm like, dude, oh my God. I know, I feel like it's innocent, but also like, come on. Your girl has some kind of insecurities. Be more, plus, oh my God, plus they see how Kenneth is treating Brittany. So be a little bit more attentive to her. Maybe even go over there, switch seats with Laura so you can sit next to your fiance, or even go over there and be like, hey, babe, are you okay? Just checking out, just something. But he sat down next to, another, and they're all beautiful ladies. He sat down next to another beautiful woman, talking about, hey, you were my first date, like reminiscing, like, what the hell? I cannot wait to see when he meets Jessica. I cannot wait. Oh, Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. He asked the ladies, including Chelsea, how hard was it to narrow down from 15? So Amy and Laura, they both said, oh, it wasn't hard for me at all. So he was like, oh, that's funny because I didn't make either one of you guys list. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Chelsea. I'm so sorry. But you're still, give him a little grace. You're still getting to know, and he is excited and possibly a little socially awkward. I'm not making excuses for him, but give him a little grace and give him a good talking when y'all go back to the room, please. Chelsea is so annoyed. She is so annoyed with this man. He finally walks away, though. Finally. But she is so annoyed. Oh, my God. So I remember him when they first met and when they first got to DR, and he was saying how Jessica was kind of upset, or pretty much her attitude about his decision. And he was saying, like, how he couldn't really deal with someone like that. I guess not being able to talk through her emotions. I want to know how he's going to respond to Chelsea if she gives him a good talking, or if he saw how awkward she felt or was looking. I can't wait for their conversation later. Hopefully they'll show it. Goes over to AD and Clay, and talking about black love, black excellence. So, oh, sorry, and whatnot. And I forgot what he asked her, but I appreciate Clay saying, you know what, I'll be back. Y'all can talk. I like that. And he walks away. But I think Ken is kind of a little enamored with AD. I think AD is like the everyone likes AD. Okay. AD is asking Ken, so how's it going over there? with his girl, do you typically, she kind of says it lower, do you typically date white girls? And he's like, no, it's my first, but it superseded my expectations and everything, she got it going on. And AD's complimenting his woman as well. So this is interesting. So AD's asking him about, how is it going to, play out when they go back. Is she strong enough for that? I don't think that was a good question to ask, but I'm gonna, just say, I guess every question is a fair question, right? And then, he's saying, yeah, he feels like she's gonna be pretty good with it and stuff. And she's AD's like, let me be 100% with you. When you guys get married, she's gonna have black children and have to raise black children. Let me tell you, there's not a damn thing wrong with whether you're a white man and a black woman or a black man and a white woman having biracial children. Plenty of people have and raise great interracial kids. Like, I guess if they came from a small town, maybe it would be an issue. But I feel like in today's society, that is so normal, to see interracial kids or biracial kids. I'm so sorry, biracial kids. I have biracial kids in my family. I don't have biracial kids myself, but my nieces and my nephews actually are biracial. There's not a damn thing wrong with that. I have friends that have biracial kids. Not a damn thing wrong with that. It's not abnormal, or is it? Or am I in a box? She's like, AD's telling Ken, like, you can date white and still be pro black. And and he's like, yeah, she makes me feel safe. I'm not going to judge the conversation, but is it so abnormal to see an interracial couple? No, that's so normal to me right now. Making out with Amy, she's all kissing on him, and he has food. He's chewing on his food. They really love each other to be doing that. So the guys are talking. Jeremy, Clay, and Jimmy, and AD walks over and sits on her man's lap, and um, shoot, Jeremy is talking to, telling AD that Laura told her about the bean dip. So AD is explaining what the bean dip is, and it's pretty much a titty smack, like top, bottom, whatever. And Jeremy is like, I'm sorry if I said his name incorrect. Jeremy's like, oh, she told me to do that to you. Clay was like, no, don't do there. Absolutely not. Shit. Okay. I don't know if the alcohol is playing a role in these people just feeling just very comfortable around amongst each other. Now, AD has on a very tight fitting dress with the it covers her, it like stops right above her belly button, right? But it shows her stomach and then a little thing that connects the part of the boobs. Anyways, when she gets up, to me, she did like a little twirl, with not a twirl, but she did something with her backside when she got up off her dude. And I feel like Jimmy was taking a peek, and I feel like he was watching her walk away. I think Jimmy has a little crush on AD. Oh God. Oh Lord. So AD is over there talking to Laura, pretty much saying, she's just pretty much telling her that, or asking her, like, why would you tell him to go up to me and, slap my chest? And Laura's like, it was a joke. Like, he should not have even brought it up. And she's like, you shouldn't have brought it up. But anyways, they're going back and forth. She's like, Laura's like, oh, this is given childlike. pretty much like, girl, get over it. Let's not, keep it going. But yeah, obviously AD was not comfortable with that. Neither was her fiance. Pan back over to the fellas. And Jeremy has his head down because he know he effed up. He know he messed up for even bringing it up. And the guys are like, she's a little spicy. She's a little fiery. And he's like, yeah. So he knows he's in trouble. He's actually pretty nervous. He's telling the guys that, well, I think Clay said that he thinks, he knows it's a joke or whatever. And he was like, yeah, but I don't think AD would take it as a joke. Clay was like, okay, I'll reel her back in, I'll be okay. She'll be okay. He didn't say she'll be okay, but pretty much like she'll be okay. And then Jimmy was like, are you going to be okay with Laura? He's like, I don't know. I feel bad for him, but lesson learned. They're still learning each other, and they're going to mess up, and they're going to have some growing pains, which is okay. Jeremy, he's over there with his fiance, and she mentioned they're still talking about the joke, and you can tell I don't know if he's not trying to get on her bad side or probably doesn't do well in conflict or with conflict. But he's like, I'm ready to go home. So she's like, to the hotel or home? He's like, I'm ready to go home. And he gets up and walk away. Okay. And Jimmy goes back to their room now. They're showing them in their room. And he gives her a kiss and she's like, what's wrong? And he's like, nothing's wrong. And he goes to proceeds to the bathroom to brush his teeth. And she's like, are you lying to me? I think you're lying to me. I don't think anything is wrong with him, but this is the perfect time for you to have a conversation about him, about how uncomfortable he made you feel while he was gushing over your girlfriend and her body, and how inappropriate it was of him to do that in front of his fiance and her fiance. But I don't get why she's making it seem like, oh, there's something wrong with him. Girl, express yourself. Speak to him. Speak up. He's finally expressing. He asked her what's wrong, so she's finally expressing herself. Saying when everyone was paying attention to their ladies, you were not paying attention to me. You made a comment about AD's body, even though I mentioned it, but you spun her around. He's like, I didn't spin her around. But anyways, just sit down and have a conversation with him. He must have been really inebriated or something, because, he was saying Chelsea was saying, you did it right in front of me. I was right there watching. He's like, no, you were nowhere around. Obviously, she was like damn near 2 steps behind him. But that's how much attention he was showing her. He completely did not notice she was right there. But I don't know how could he not, because she's the one that turned around and mentioned, oh, AD, you got it going on. How did you get so stacked or whatever? And then he walked over to AD. And walking away, she's saying that you made me feel really icky, and you weren't even noticing anything. It was so bad to the point where I just had to walk away. A lot of things are miscommunication, and they are getting to know each other. So, I didn't think it was a great idea for him to do that, but they are getting to know each other still, right? This is still an experiment. I would hope that, after they get married and establish that he would not make her feel uncomfortable / insecure around anybody in the future. And I'm going to give him some grace and say that I don't think he's that type of person to do that. Extremely insecure because she's watching all the other ladies' relationship. I feel you, Chelsea, but please be more confident. speak up about certain things. I mean, he's not perfect. He's not going to be perfect. He is going to speak to someone. He's going to admire someone, another lady or something. No, I'm not saying it's right, but it's not really wrong either, you know. And he's just saying, I was bragging about you to everyone. And he was saying that, he did not, I forgot what he was saying, but he did not say anything negative like about her or anything like that. He expressed that he was happy. He, to be honest with you, he was giving her more compliment with the other people than he was giving her to her face. And she just needs that reassurance, but it's too soon to really be expressing this type of insecurity, because I personally would not feel comfortable if if I were on the show and I meet someone, a man, and he is, telling me I'm making him uncomfortable. I would not want that. Or let me rephrase. I would feel I would feel some type of way if it was me and the shoe was on the other foot, where um someone is telling me, you made me feel this type of way, that type of way so soon. I personally would not feel comfortable with that, because I would feel as if I'm walking on eggshells. And I don't want to feel that way. I want to be able to be open without being disrespectful, obviously, but I want to be able to be myself. So that's why I'm giving um Jimmy some grace. But I get both sides. A little confused. She's telling him she just wanted him pretty much give her more attention tonight, and it made her feel sad. And he's telling her, I kissed you more than anyone kissed their girl tonight. um and she's like, well, I don't really need you to be by my side the whole time. I'm like, that's kind of confusing, or sending mixed messages, because you felt some type of way. You felt like he wasn't giving you enough attention, and but you're telling him you don't need all that attention. That's, what, she's sitting on the bed talking to him. Something about that situation is giving me a little bit manipulative. Um, and for her to say what she said about, you weren't giving me attention. Oh, but I don't need attention. That's kind of manipulative as well. So I got my eye on you, Chelsea. I got my good eye on you. To be honest with you, I feel bad for Jimmy right now, because he's kind of confused. And she's going on, like, I sat there by myself, I felt really sad. I feel hurt. He's like, I'm not trying to hurt you. Um, we're all adults. They're all adults. You can have a good, you can have a conversation with your significant other. And I'm not trying to knock her for being sensitive or emotional or whatever, because, we all express our emotions differently, and it's fine. But it's, I kind of feel funny for him right now. It's like he's kind of in an awkward situation. And I know that the time on the beach with their friends was awkward for her, when I was watching it. But talk to him about it. If he tells you it wasn't intentional and he acknowledged it, uh, don't keep beating it. So I feel bad for him for that. And when I say I feel bad for him, because I feel as if he's a little confused. I'm not picking any sides, but I'm just saying he is somewhat confused. She is displaying a sign that personally I would not feel comfortable being around, because she stood up, like, she was sitting down on the bed. He was in front of the bed in front of her. She stood up and she's in his face, and he's asking her to take a step back. Sorry. So he looks really confused. She's still talking, saying the same thing over, and he's like, I think you're questioning if I love you. Um, and I do. He's like, what do you want me to do? I told you my feelings were hurt. What else do you want me to do? I'm so confused with her behavior right now. Saying that he'll take a step back, and like he honestly looks so freaking confused, you know. Um, and she's saying that this is making me mad. She's getting really upset. Personally speaking, I would not feel comfortable going forward with that because I would feel as if I am walking on eggshells with her or with, anyone I was with. And that is not fair, especially if we're getting to know each other. We can discuss certain things that hurt our feelings, certain things we like, dislike, etc. We should be able to talk and communicate. Oh, she's like, I'm telling you, my feelings were hurt. You said hurtful comments. You made me feel uncomfy. And he's trying to interject. She's like, just take it. This is so manipulative. He told her she is treating him unfair. She sat back down on the bed. He said, "You're treating me unfair." She said, "I love you," and then took his hand and pull him forward towards her. That is manipulative, in my opinion. And I don't do well with manipulation. He tells her he loves her. She's like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "I'll always tell you I love you," because he knows that's what she needs, right? Or wants to hear. Then he walks away. Okay, okay, never mind. And that's the end of episode 6. Um yeah.